All right. We are on and rolling. I'll let you guys share, do whatever you gotta do. How are you guys today, though?
Good.
Pretty good.
Doing good.
Good.
How about you?
Yep,
Aside
I'm
from
alive.
there you
Yeah,
go,
right.
alive and smiling.
Alive and smiling, yeah. Where are you guys from?
So we're in New Hampshire.
Okay.
They're far north in New Hampshire. I'm right on the border of Massachusetts.
All right. I don't think I've had a band from New Hampshire yet.
Yeah, there's not many.
I was saying,
Yeah.
not
The
surprising at all.
music world around here is lacking. It's not
Yeah.
really much of a community. There aren't really many venues.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kinda,
not a big scene around here.
I was gonna say you never hear anything about New Hampshire, like ever.
yeah, till now.
Till now.
So you guys came. Yeah. All right.
Right. Well, the other thing is people say Boston too when they're from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
True.
Right. Now that we have a studio, production studio, which is where we do all our photos, our videos, everything. That's in Nashua, New Hampshire. So that's kind of like, all right, let's make that the home because it makes more sense now, you know.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
sure.
So we're Anaria. We are a modern rock, modern metal band from New Hampshire. I'm Jessica Mercy. I'm the vocalist.
I'm Sergio Salvucci. I do lead guitars.
I'm Dan Spinney and I play rhythm guitar.
All right. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't remember how I found you guys. I might have just been scrolling through and I had seen it. I was like, oh my God, yeah, these guys rock. And I love female vocalists. So I was super, super excited. And honestly, I don't get that a lot on my show. I don't get a lot of female vocalists. So it's really nice when I do come across
I
them.
feel like it's emerging again in the
Yeah.
public eye. Obviously, you know, over the years, no matter what style of song we've played, everyone goes Evanescence, right? That's the band that's been tied. But now it's kind of this new influx of bands that are kind of taking the next generation. I think.
I can agree to that.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to know, like, I asked where you come from, but like, how did you guys start?
Give them the
Well, like-
spiel from back in the day.
I was going to say, like, the band's been around for a while. It kind of was born out of an old symphonic metal band called Events Ethos when I met Dan. So I carried over a bunch of the material from when we were doing symphonic metal, and we kind of continued a little bit of that symphonic metal vein. I think that was about like 2011, 2012. And it's kind of evolved past that by now. But the band has been through a few different lineup changes since then. We had our first album in 2015 and we were gigging regularly. We opened for a bunch of really great bands. So we opened for Lacuna Coil, Flyleaf, Powerman 5000, a bunch of those bands, which was great. And we had a fantastic time. But, you know, that was early in our careers. We were green and kind of learning our way around. We had a hiatus for a little while, and then this guy, Sergio, came into the fold and kind of helped us resurrect it. Yeah, he helped us resurrect it with an EP we did, Invocation, and that was in what, 2017, 18, around there.
2017.
Yeah, and you know, we've been doing studio releases kind of on and off since then, and really started buckling down last year, 2023, and setting our sights on returning to the live circuit this year, which we're very excited about.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys play eventually because that would rock.
Yeah, we would love that.
Right? I think you guys are really interesting. I'm definitely excited for people to hear your music because it is mysterious and different. I can't remember. I'm going to need you to send me some songs to put on Rockstar Radio after we're done because I totally forgot to ask you for that.
We have a new song coming out at midnight tonight too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Synthesis.
What's it called?
Synthesis.
Okay. And where can people find it?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just everywhere.
Video, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
anywhere you get your music, it will be. We have a music video for it as well, which will be on YouTube.
Okay. And okay, so if people want to find you, do you guys have like a link tree or do they just look up your name?
We do have a link tree. The best way right now is to probably our website, which we just had done. It's anariamusic.com, which then has links to everything else right on the front page. If you sign up for our mailing list, we do giveaways, updates, stuff like that. We have merch on there, everything. So, and then we're on Instagram and Facebook and all the.
You can also just go look us.
TikTok
You can also just go look us up. We're pretty easy to find. You just put the name in, and it'll all pop up.
Okay. Sounds easy enough. And before we started talking, you guys were talking about your Patreon.
Yes. So we just launched our Patreon. I think it's Patreon. Let me see.
It's patreon.com/Anaria.
Simple enough /Anaria.
Yep.
And so what we're doing is we have one tier, and what that gets you is we created something called the Fan Vault, which is basically it's just a Google Drive that has photos, videos, behind the scenes, unreleased music, show flyers, lyrics, music video treatments, just everything that we do. We're just kind of putting it in there so everyone has kind of this like access to it. And then on top of that, you'll get access to every release like a week in advance. And we're going to be adding stuff every week to that fan drive so that people can basically just get like access to us a little bit more, you know?
Yep, and we will be expanding on the levels as well. So we should have some additional perks happening over the course of the year.
Okay. I put your guys' website in the comments for anybody who wants to check it out, and it should lead to all of their socials.
Sweet.
So there's that. Should come up. All right. So what it would be one of your most favorite songs to play? And it's always different for everybody. So if you guys each have different answers, that's okay.
We have so many new ones. Sergio and I were just hashing out some of the newer songs we've released, and I think for me, Sandman, because it's just going to be so. I think a lot of our stuff in the past, while it's been good and melodic, it's like this is like just like a fucking metal song that's going to hit hard with the live thing. You know, it's not everything we've done in the past was like a 30-second intro and it was just like built, and this is just like bang, you know what I mean? So it'll just be fun to just be like, you know, hit hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say of our new stuffs, it's probably going to be Sandman for me. From our previous stuff, Ignition was always very challenging to play, but it was always really fun.
I think the cover song that we have like, well, we have many cover songs, but one we did a video for, Wings of a Butterfly by him.
Okay.
One we've done a video for. We've done videos for every single one.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I just really like that one. There's a lot of really great energy in it, and it's, you know, it's a pretty simple song, so you can really focus on locking in with the crowd and locking in with your listeners.
Okay. That's awesome. What would be one of your least favorite?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. We'll let whichever one the crowd reacts the least to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Previously, I think a tough one for us to play was actually Constellations. It just never really had the same energy as it did on the studio recording.
Original track, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own
boss fight too.
Okay.
And I had that as an alarm clock for a long time because it wakes you up. So now I just absolutely hate it. So I never want to play it again.
Oh my, that would probably be the worst thing to do is put a song as an alarm clock.
Yeah, but I needed to get up really early, so.
Right.
Just figured that was it, right?
Yeah.
Well, dang. Well, I want to play your the Sandman video, so that way people can see what we're talking about, and like they can see what I've seen. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So I'll be right back, and you guys can take a break for a minute or do whatever. Totally up to you.
Cool.
Dreams that come, let them take you through the night to the land of the moon. Sand in your eyes, taking shape to mesmerize these forms we hide beneath the vast skies. Dream away into the endless sea. I will stay till we reach eternity. Until the Sandman comes, let him take you to his world where dreaming reigns. Send in your mind, leave this mortal coil behind to sail on seas of stars till the ending of time. Dream away into the endless sea. I will stay till we reach eternity. Dream away, won't you stay? Dream away, won't you stay? Dream away into the endless sea. I will stay till we reach eternity.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Love that song, man.
Yeah, the video is really awesome. If you want me to be honest with you, so I like that video. How was the hair and makeup and everything for that?
It was an adventure. Yeah. Hiking down to that rocky area in a ball gown. I actually did wear the mask and the headdress down because it would have been kind of impossible to put it on when we got on location. So I was kind of like looking like down, like straight down, and I could kind of see as I was walking down the cliff.
That wasn't as bad as the other set when we basically waterboarded you with that mask, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. The so the set with the snakes, we had set up and just cold water like dumping down my face, like between the mask and into my eyeballs. The things I do for videos.
Right, right. It is entertaining though. I'll give you that. I liked the video, so
Good. I'm glad people liked it because it got really good reception.
yeah, absolutely. It was, and I mean, you looked really pretty too, and that's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So, what was the inspiration behind that song?
So it was kind of inspired by Neil Gaiman's Sandman. So kind of inspired by that character, and we wanted to create our own type of character who was very like this dreamlike entity that's kind of like beckoning you into the world of dreams. So that's where, you know, the blind mask and all of that came from. You had a lot of the concepts for the imagery as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it basically came from absorbing that show that we watched, and then,
Yeah.
you know, as we are continually inspired by a lot of gothic culture, these
Okay.
like really decorative masks started popping up online that I kept seeing over and over again. I was like, let's make one of those and
Mhm.
put it into this concept, and let's grab some snakes too. Why not? And
Yeah.
have them in there, and just kind of came together. It was, yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you made the mask.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty.
Thanks. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
do. I mean, I do make a lot of the stuff for my outfits. I make a lot of my outfits from scratch as well.
Okay. All right. A little fashion designer there too.
A little bit. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thought the video was super cool. So if anybody else wants to check out some more videos, definitely do so because they've got a lot of rockin' stuff. And I feel like your main platform is Instagram, right?
Yeah, that's definitely, I think, where we have such a visual, like, so having our own studio and doing all the photo and video and audio ourselves, right? We can create in a quick turnaround. So Sergio and Jess get this idea, concept, boom, they're doing a photo shoot. You know, what a better place than Instagram to display all these different looks and different colors and different things that like really pop out when people come, you know, check out the page. And I think Instagram's just is in the evolution of social media. It's kept its simplicity of like, it's just a picture. You know what I mean? It just tells the story, you know. Facebook, it's tougher. You're navigating ads and junk and all that stuff. Whereas like Instagram is just, you know, kind of a step model. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I do love Instagram's new feature where you can post a picture and attach an audio clip to it, that is a great feature, and I really appreciate using that. Hey, Seth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like Facebook's my biggest platform, but it also gives me the most problems. So
Right.
We're trying to get involved more with TikTok because that's kind of the thing, right? But it's we weren't raised with it, so it's kind of eluded us a bit. So we're a bit slow on the uptake.
We're getting that the world is kind of like, it's just speed, which is why a single a month, it's like, you know, people are like, that's a lot. I'm like, after like 10 days of a song being out and you've been pushing it, it's like everyone's already, they're not bored, but it's just like the people who are super into it have heard it 30 times. The people who are maybe have still gotten that. Now it's like, what's next, you know?
Mhm.
So it's always doing something, you know, but that's what I think puts us ahead in a sense that we can do all that and just keep creating, you know, nonstop.
is that what you do a lot of the times? Are you like the person behind all that?
No, it's all of us just kind of mad dashing. You know, Jess and Sergio, they handle a lot of the visual stuff. I'm big on like, I'm doing a lot of the mechanical, you know, putting the systems together as best I can, you know. But they're great at it as well. It's like everyone's got their own strengths and attacking all these little things. You know, having something like this is just boom, 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 50 million things that have to be done. So
It's important to work together, have a good team.
Mhm.
If you guys were to play anywhere that you could, I mean, just anywhere, where would you want to play?
Vakken.
I'll say back in.
Okay.
I would say the classic rock venues. Oh God, why can't I think? Machine Shop and, you know, stuff like that. Just that have that kind of long-standing, you know, tour, you know, legacy, you know, which is in Michigan and stuff like that. Just the classic, you know, where everyone's played, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that. Retro. So Retro Riot, this is Jessie Lynn. I interviewed her a while back, actually just a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
I was in the music business pre-digital age, and learning and then keeping up with changing social media is harder than writing new material. I feel
Right. Yep.
It's so,
So
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but TikTok really though, if you can get a good platform down with TikTok, you know, able to go live and you guys perform live.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean, seriously though, like I feel like that's where a lot of people get a good fan base through there. So you should definitely do that.
Yep.
We are working on it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's tough and nowadays. There's so much out there, you know,
Mhm.
Right.
and there's so many platforms. So trying to like figure out which platform to like where you stick the most is
Right. Right.
So I get
Yep.
it.
Mhm.
I wanted you to talk about your contests and stuff that you got coming up.
Oh, sure.
Are you guys
Um,
mentioned that?
When
All right,
you
yeah. So if you sign up at www.anariamusic.com for our mailing list, you'll be entered in a monthly giveaway. This month, and we got only about a week left, we're giving away a signed guitar that we're using for a video that I believe we're putting out next month.
Mhm.
So that's this month's giveaway, and every month is going to be. So when you sign up and you enter, you'll be entered into whatever we're doing. I think next month we're going to do like $100 merch giveaway, so you can go in the shop, pick out $100 and stuff, and then stuff like that. So every video we shoot, we'll take a trinket, we'll take something, and we'll something prominent from the video, and be like, that's then I think that's a cool thing that someone can have, and but yeah, so that's that, and then yeah, pretty simple.
It also makes it different from a lot of other bands. People don't do that, and that's really awesome.
Really? That was my first thought. Is like, give away. What do you got? I don't know. Here's some shit we filmed last week. Here you go. Like,
like we used it, we don't need it anymore. Here you go.
Right?
cool.
Yeah, no, not a lot of people really do that. I mean, some people just do like a share my post giveaway or whatever, but not like as detailed and stuff. So that just kind of shows that you care more about your followers and fans. So that's awesome.
Well, we want to make sure they have access to us in building what we're trying to build, and getting like as old school as an email list is. It's like it's getting back to email being important. It's almost like I think you get so much shit mail that when a good mail comes, it sticks out.
Yeah.
Where you know what I mean? It's like shit. What's that? You know what I mean? So it's like getting back to that mailing list to make sure, because we have so much going on, that people are seeing it. Some people that are really even into us are like, "Oh, I didn't even see you did that." And we've been posting about it and posting, but we're everything on the internet is flying out of your eyes within a second.
Yeah. And we want to build relationships with the people who listen to our music. We want to know who they are. We just want to know about them because we seem to have listeners all over the world.
Email limits or email lists are so important.
Yeah. We need to learn other languages.
Right. That's tough too. But I mean, I'm sure you guys are pretty popular, not just here. Seems
we have
like
a lot of fans in Brazil.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
South America.
Brazil,
Yeah.
Germany, Finland. I mean,
Yeah, Finland's huge. Helsinki is.
I wake up at 2 a.m. and check my messages, and someone's like, "When are you coming to Germany?" And I'm like, it's good, it's great. You know what I mean? It's just like, what the hell, It's
Buy us
awesome.
some airline tickets. We'll be there.
right. Just pay for the trip.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's all good. The people that are viewing, does anyone have any questions that they want to ask them before I wrap up to my last question? Just touch and base, because sometimes I forget to do that and then I feel bad. I can't ever see who's listening because I've got so many different platforms, but
I've seen lots of
I've seen comments of
Yeah,
Portuguese and
Portuguese,
Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
What's your writing process?
That changes for every song. Sometimes it's like Jess will hop on the piano and she'll write kind of a singer songwriter style arrangement, and we'll kind of Dan and I will get together and kind of work with it in a rock context. Or sometimes I just go crazy in here for like 8 hours and have a fully produced song and hand it off to Jess, and then it gets handed off to Dan. So it's
they're all their own organism.
they're all their own thing. We're constantly inspired.
I'm not really a lyricist, but I'll come up with an idea and be like, Jess, here's a concept of something, and turn it into something else, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love having just like a concept that I can write off of, because I'm an English major. My head is filled with so many different words. So if somebody can give me a concept to work with, that helps direct me, so I know what direction to take something, because otherwise I can take it 1,000 different ways.
Yeah, whenever we work on a demo track music for Jess, we try and come up with some type of context that it's in, whether it's an emotion or like a full-on storyline.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Sometimes one of them will tell me, you know, like, when I was writing this, I was feeling this. And I'm like, okay, that gives me something to work with. And I'll write lyrics based on that.
yeah, it changes for every song. Sometimes it starts with a vocal line or a synth line or a guitar line or a bass line or a drum riff, you know, whatever it is. So, but we all kind of work together and bounce it off each other.
Yeah, and that's always important. Do you have a favorite Anaria song, or hard for you to choose?
For me, Intoxicate will always be near the top of the list. It's an old song, but it's something that I wrote a really long time ago. And the way it came together in the studio was really funny, because it was pretty much just a bunch of pieces from the producer and then my lyrics and vocal takes, and then it just kind of came together. But it's you know, it's got kind of like these Phantom of the Opera vibes, especially towards the end, because there are these backing vocals that are very operatic in nature. It's just like a really romantic song, which is very near and dear to my heart as a romance author.
Oh, a romance author, huh?
Mhm.
Okay. Where did you guys get your guys' name? I forgot to ask that at the beginning. Totally forgot.
Oh, yeah, no worries. So Anaria, if you put a space in between N, aria, it comes from opera, and it is basically a solo piece. So we kind of put them together to make the name. You know, we have a lot of symphonic influences in our music, so it kind of seemed like something good to include in the namesake.
Okay. I was gonna ask, what are some of your guys' inspirations?
You want to go?
I think it's not what anyone would expect. I feel like for Dan, it's a lot of smooth jazz. For Jess, it's what, like musical theater stuff. It could change.
No.
And for me, it's film music sometimes.
For you, it's film music. Yeah.
I
A
mean,
lot of the times, film and video game music. For
it's
you.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Depends on the section of life that we're in. It's changed.
Yeah,
from,
yeah. For me, like, I take it from all different places, but you know, I find opera very inspiring. I find the segments of musical theater to be inspiring. Way back in the day, you know, it was Evanescence and Nightwish. Those were my two big inspirations.
I could see the night. Yeah, I could see the Nightwish thing. Definitely. Okay. Well, what do you guys think about the music industry today?
It's good and bad, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a lot more access to music, which is really cool, and we get to see a lot more of the artists that we love. Problem with that is there's a lot more access to music, and then there's just a lot of people putting out music right now, and you know.
Yeah, the accessibility of music is fantastic, both the ability to put it out and the ability to consume it, but therein lies the struggle of saturation in the music industry, where it can sometimes be difficult to find what it is exactly you want to listen to, because there's just so much.
I agree with that.
I think it's one of those things, like, if somebody's doing it right, then so can I. And, you know, there's a lot of this idea of, like, there's this one thing and it's an industry. And I'm like, the more, you know, owning my own business, you get into it, it's really just a lot of critters running around on their own, you know, with a couple of big things, but most of the people that are doing stuff really aren't tied to those big things. Yeah, there's some, so it's like, you can make your own way. It's like, it's beautiful that, you know, all right, photos and video costs tens of thousands of dollars. All right, so Sergio invested in himself and learned how to create all these videos. You know, he didn't know how to do this stuff, you know, years ago. And it's like, now it's evolved into this, and that's going to be part of our story. You know what I mean? everyone's got their own story. Every lemonade stand and restaurant has something that was a little unique. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just sit there and go, as difficult as it is, I'm not going to let the idea of some thing prevent me. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm like hopeful in that way that everyone can, you know, and like the way we're doing it, like we're documenting it and we're working with marketing teams that aren't big conglomerates. It's just people out there learning the tricks. And it's like, we'll be able to share that with people and bands, you know, and be like, get that old idea out and get to work, you know?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yep.
I like that. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on. I look forward to, well, seeing your new song at midnight, which is super awesome. I'll see it in the morning when I wake up, I'm sure, but it's super cool. I did not know that, so I learned that today. It was really cool. And I hope that everyone who's watching or listening later really checks out their music because it is killer. Don't forget to send me the songs for the radio though, because I'll forget.
Yeah. Shoot me your email again in the chat.
Okay.
Send them over.
I'll do that.
Cool.
And yeah, I just appreciate you guys coming on so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.